So a very good afternoon, everyone. I am Samiksha Vaishnav from Manupatra's team. And in today's webinar, our main focus will be to understand the AI features that we have implemented on Manupatra, to also understand that how do we use these features going ahead as practicing advocates, as also as corporates, etc. How do we use these features? What are the use cases? How do we actually make out the most of it? Right. Yeah, I'll resend the login ID password again. And in between the webinar, if anyone is asking, any one of you can just paste the same so that for convenience of all, we can, they all can log in. So this is the user ID and password, and the URL is also given. It is basically Manupatra .ai's URL. I'm sharing that again. All right, just a second. This is the URL. All right, so I am sharing my screen. And once that is visible, you all may please confirm that also. Yeah. Is my screen visible to all? All right. Thank you so much. Now, see, this is the home page, which is the landing page of Manupatra. So whenever I'm logging in, this is my landing page that I have gotten. On the left-hand side is the table of contents, which we call the coverage of Manupatra. We cover Supreme Court, all judgments, all orders. We cover all the High Court judgments and Delhi, Bombay High Court orders as well. We cover, right? We cover tribunals and commissions. We cover international database, business policy, industry modules, corporate law, taxation, notifications and circulars, bare acts, bills, committee reports, etc. Now, what the focus for today's webinar is the AI search that we have. And along with the AI search, we also have certain AI features, right? So what I'll do is I'll show both the traditional way to search a case, which is also very, very useful, and AI mode as well. Let's say I go to legal search, right? I am a practicing advocate and I am working uh, in criminal matters, right? And I want to, also gain some knowledge on the recent cases, recent criminal cases. I want to get a list of it. So I go to the range, right? I go to the range bar that I have. I take the range from 2025 of March till today's date, right? I want all the criminal matters that are there, and then I'm searching. So now what is happening is that I went to legal search to find the subject criminal on all the cases that were there in the duration of March 2025 till 10th March 2026. Now I have gotten around lakhs of judgments that are in front of me right now. Now what I have is I have huge filters available for me, right? I can use the Supreme Court filtering. I can only see the Supreme Court judgments. I can also see various other judgments, let's say Allahabad High Court, Bombay High Court, Calcutta High Court, Delhi High Court orders, Gujarat High Court, right? I can also see the keywords that are there, the keyword of assault, anticipatory bail. So by these keywords, I can narrow down my research further, right? I can also search by judge bench. I can also search by the period. I can also search by case laws or other relevant material, right? I can also, see what are the various words that if I would want to refine it further, I can do the nesting as well. So if I only see the Supreme Court cases that I have, so from 1 lakh odd cases, now I have refined to only 465 results. So this is by relevance of my search of my query criminal that I have just added. Right. Now what I can do is I can select any of these judgment. This is the very first AI instant feature that I am telling, I am going to show you. I go to the AI option that I have. I am clicking these two judgments. Now what it will do is it will prepare a document. It will club both these judgments together, and now I can ask any question from within the judgment. So what is happening over here is that, sometimes I just want to compare two judgments, or I just want to read further regarding any of these specific judgments. So I do that. I find the information regarding those judgments. I, try to fetch what are the relevance of those judgments. So what it will do is it will pick the database from the database, both the judgment, and it will upload it over here. Now I have many prompts. What is the name of the case, citation, quote. I can also compare what are the key facts in each case. I can, and if I don't want to take from the prompts, right, what I can also do is I can type, right? I can type anything. What is the difference between the facts, etc. Let's say I'm choosing the prompt. What are the legal issues or questions addressed in each judgment? And I am answering it, and I'm fetching the answer for it. Right. So what it will do for me is it will compare both the judgments. After comparing the judgments, it will give me that what is actually the legal issue or question addressed in each of the judgment. One important thing over here is that I am not opening the judgments, right? I am just uploading it and it is giving me results within few seconds. So it is giving me headers, comparison aspect, primary legal question. It is giving me a proper formatted table, specific issues that are addressed. So it is giving me pointers on what is the actual difference between the cases. Right. What I did was I had, done my traditional search, and then after doing my traditional search, I had gone to the Manupatra's AI feature that I have, which is the first feature that we just discussed. Right. So this feature was basically the feature which we call as the AI assistance feature for the query of either a single judgment or comparing two judgments. If someone wants to understand more, they can also watch a video on YouTube that we have on this feature, that how does this feature works. You all can revise it and you all can see that again, that how do we actually compare the judgments, right? You all can just click on the video option and you can look for it as well. Now, I also have the option of selecting only one judgment. So I just selected one judgment and I can, ask the questions regarding only that specific judgment. Now, the second feature is the AI gist feature that we have. So sometimes what happens is that, whenever we are searching ample of cases and we want to understand, whether that specific case is relevant for me or not, just for that relevance sake, I want to understand the gist of the case. So this is not a head note. This is not a summary. This is in 5 to 6 lines. This is just a basic understanding about the case, that what are the issues, what are the important sections referred, and what was the what did the court held. Sometimes it gives a more bit detail about the brief, and sometimes it will just give me basically, it will give me pick up the section so that I know whether that particular search is relevant for me or not. So AI gist is available on the front end itself. We have the AI assistance also over here, AI gist also over here. Now, if I open, let's say if I open the cited most case, right? So cited most case is basically the case that has been cited in most of the cases. Either it must have been discussed, distinguished, relied, affirmed, etc. Right? So if I open the case over here, so after opening, what I'll understand is that I'll get a judgment of that case, right? I can also get the true copy, which is the original copy of the case. So the true copy is basically the copy which is uploaded by the Supreme Court along with the neutral citation. On Manupatra, we do upload the neutral citation of all the cases, right? So another important AI feature that we have is the AI summary feature. Now this AI summary will actually give me a detailed summary, unlike the gist, which is just giving me a basic understanding about the judgment. AI summary will give me a detailed version, a detailed analysis about the case. Over here, I have the case details, I have the brief facts, I have the issues, questions of law, I have the relevant law, I have the reasoning, right? After that, I have the decision slash holding. Now, anything, so this format of the summary is same throughout. Anything that I would want to cross check, I just go to the citations, which let's say argument part. I'm checking that this, argument that is mentioned briefly that the High Court erred in refusing leave under Section 378, subsection 4 of CRPC, from where it is picking. So it is tracing me to the source judgment, that from here it is picking up the summary. Right. So everything that I am viewing in the AI generated summary is actually a part of the original judgment. And whenever I have a doubt that from where it is picking, I just click on the citation and it will take me to the source judgment. Now what I can do is I can copy this, I can email this, and I can also print this, the AI summary. Any doubt in this, anyone? So again, very briefly, what we did is we started with the AI assistance and we also did the AI summary. Now, basically, the hero is the AI search that we have just implemented. AI search in very simple, terms, very simple meaning, it means that you are asking a question, right? Whatever question comes to your mind, you are basically taking up that question, asking that question, and from within that question that you have framed, AI will give you the results based on Manupatra's database, right? So originally in the AI search that we have, no, not the AI search, the traditional search that we have, usually what happens is that in the traditional search, I have to break down my queries into keywords, right? I do the booleans, I do either the exact, the citation, auto, and or near, I choose the codes, etc. But in AI search, I do not have to do the filtering. I do not have to make the keywords. Let's say I want to see that, A and B entered into a contract where A had to sell his car to B during signing the contract. B was 17 years, 17 years, 11 months old. Is the contract valid? Right. So naturally, whatever query came to my mind, I just typed that query out. So what I did was I went to AI search, I entered my query, and now AI will think, AI will analyze, and AI will give me the results. So by the time AI gives me the results, I would advise the participants that you also have the login ID and credential of Manupatra, right? Just add that on Manupatra, add these user ID, add this, query after adding the obviously user ID password after login in. Just simply practice the AI search along with me, right? This is basically the user ID and password that is there. Username is AI webinar and password is webinar at the rate 26. Right. So what we did was we went to the AI search and we have typed the query that wherein A and B are entering into a contract where A had to sell his car to B. During signing the contract, B was 17 years, 11 months old. Is the contract valid? Now, on the right hand side, you will see that AI is giving me the analysis of the case, right? The analysis of the query that I am typing out. So it is giving me that the under Indian contract law, a contract entered into by a minor is void ab initio, which means it is void from the beginning. It is invalid from its inception. It is also giving me the section. It is also giving me the Supreme Court judgment. It is also giving me other relevant judgments. Now, the best part on Manupatra is that wherever you are typing, you are clicking on the citation of a case, that case appears and you have the true copy of the case also, which means that it is 10% sure that every argument that you are getting, right, it is backed up by a proper legal judgment that we have. It is a valid judgment. There is no hallucination taking place. Now on the left hand side, you can see the AI results. In the AI results, I have, the citation, the case, the facts, the issues, the arguments, the respondent arguments, and everything. It is linked to the original judgment. I have the ratio. So I have top 10 judgments of my query. So basically, I can easily look for all the valid results that I have. And I also can ask a follow-up question. Now, one thing is there. Follow-up question is basically that question wherein, you can ask the question related to your own query, which means that I am asking a question that is related to my original source query at hand, right? So I ask the question, I can either type the question out there or either I can ask a follow-up question from the suggestion box. Now, is anyone having any question, any query that we can add on AI search? And we can, see whether AI is giving me the results for that specific participants. It through this way only we can exactly practice and we can see whether it is being used in your specific field. You can ask for any relevant question and you will get that relevant judgment regarding that. Okay, I have gotten one from Miss Amia. Company A forced B to resign. Now A is refusing to do F&F on the basis that A resigned. Does B have a legal suit? Okay, A forced B to resign. Now A is also refusing to full and final on the basis that A resigned. Okay. On the basis that B resigned, right? Not A resigned, if I'm not wrong. Because A forced B to resign. Yeah. So these are few things that we can keep in mind while we are making a query. Yeah. Okay. Good question, good query, I think. Let's see what AI answers. And till that time, I can also, get other queries by other interesting queries by other participants also. So we went to AI search. Yeah, so I was showing the follow-up. So once we click on the follow-up, we can get the answer to that also. Okay, company A forced B to resign. Now A is refusing to do F&F on the basis that B resigned. Does B have a legal suit? All right. Let's see whether AI will give me answer for that and will back the judgment or not. Since as I also told you that this is taking up the information from Manupatra's original database, so it will not go here and there. It will not take up data from the universe. It is only fetching from our internal documents that we already have. Right now, what we could also have done is we could have written FNF in full form, but let's see what the results give. The core legal framework applicable to the user's query revolves around the distinction between a voluntary resignation and a termination of employment, correct? Initiated by the employer, often termed as forced resignation, coerced resignation, or constructive dismissal. Indian courts, as seen, it is giving the case along with the citation, have consistently held that a resignation procured under duress, coercion, or threat is not a voluntary act and is legally equivalent to a discharge or dismissal by the employer. The interpretation extends protection. Just a second. Yeah. against unfair labor practices to employees who are compelled to resign. The voluntariness of a resignation is a question of fact requiring examination of all, just a second, yeah. Hmm. Attending circumstances, including power dynamic and the employees action that create an intolerable work environment, forcing an employee. Okay, so it is giving me a brief AI analysis of my query, and along with that, it is also giving me the AI the search results. It is also giving me the top relevant queries, top relevant judgments on the same. Right. I can also, ask follow-up questions. I can also frame another query to get my answer, right? What specific legal provisions or precedents were relied upon the courts in these cases to determine if a resignation under duress constitute a valid resignation for the purpose of waiving future claims, right? So it is giving me um many follow-ups as well, and it is also giving me the idea wherein I can get, okay, I can refine my query and I can ask it again as a fresh query. Company A rejected Mr. B's health insurance claim, mentioning that the hospitalization is due to pre-existing disease. All right, so Mr. Yojendra, in this query that you are adding, what exactly you want? You are from the side of A, or you are, from the side of B? And basically, for the answer, we have to, for the judgments, we also have to see that what exactly you are asking for. All right, company A rejected Mr. B's health insurance claim, mentioning that the hospitalization due to pre-existing disease. All right. So can we say what are the other remedies that we can say, or what exactly we can claim in this case? All right. I got your query. So I think we can type it in a way wherein, we want that the cases wherein company rejected the claim that the hospitalization is due to a pre-existing disease. But what if you have to deny, B has to deny that, there was no pre-existing disease, something like that, right? But something on these grounds, if we can type, we can always ask for follow-up questions. We can always, see whether, something else, some information or some kind of keywords, etc. we can add. That we can do while refining. But of course, the best part with this type of search is that you do not have to, break down the results. You don't have to, okay, the disease is not. Yeah, I have typed that in the query. Exactly is what I've said, that because, but it is not pre-existing. The core legal framework governing health insurance claim and pre-existing disease exclusions in India is found this act. It is also giving me uh the burden of proof. It is also giving me the cases on burden of proof. It is giving me the proper analysis. It is also giving me the judgments, and I can also ask the questions. Now what I can, yeah, I got it. I got it. So what you can also do in these kind of cases, you can frame that particular query. And since you all will have the access of Manupatra AI search for today, the login ID and credentials, especially we had created for the whole day, you'll have till 24 hours. So till tomorrow evening, you will be having the access. You all can practice the search and you all can see that what kind of result the AI is giving, right, from within the database, from the judgments, and from the follow-ups that you can ask. And you can always do the traditional searching if you would want more cases on that. Is there any doubt on all the AI features that we just showcased on Manupatra? Anyone, any doubt? Yes, we have SDCRC, NCDRC. We have that on Manupatra. We have that on tribunals and commissions. We cover those. For the AI specific search, I would say as of now, it will give the most relevant results for the Supreme Court from the Supreme Court and High Court. So we will slowly incorporate that as well. Right. So before, moving to the next stage, wherein I want to show you the Manupatra's Manu work, which is basically our lawyer's toolkit. So before that, I would want to ask, if there are any doubt. Anyone, any doubt? No, Mr. Arun, there is no Manupatra certificate for this training. For Manupatra certified legal researcher, we have the MCLR exam, and once that is given, the certificate is generated. Any doubt on any of the things that we did? If you want, we can practice something, or if you have any doubt, we can take that. Otherwise, I'll show you the manuworks. So basically, I'll give you a brief overview. Manuworks in very simple terms is a lawyer toolkit. It is separate than Manupatra because these are the doubts that actually comes in. It is not, on Manupatra. So the access of Manuworks is not there. If anyone wants the access of Manuworks, they can open the Manuworks website and they can request for the free trial that we have. Right. So I'll give you the URL of that also. Just a second. Yeah, I will give the URL for that so that you can download that as you can ask for free access of that as well. All right. Now, for Manuworks, this is manuworks.ai. You all can request for free access. As of now, we have not created the access because for Manuworks, we do not have a single ID credential. It does not work like that because it requires the mail authentication. I'm signing out from Manupatra as of now, and let's explore manuworks.ai. All right, so this is manuworks.ai. This, as I said, this is the lawyer's toolkit. I think my screen is not visible. I'll just share it again. Yeah. And please confirm when it is visible, right? Can you see my screen? It's visible. Manuworks.ai. Perfect. All right. So this is manuworks.ai. Over here, we can generate a summary of a long document, of a long decision, of any order, etc. We can draft anything, whatever prompt we give for drafting, we can give that prompt and it will give us a draft. We can also upload the document for draft purposes. We can translate a document in the desired language, in Hindi, in Bengali, Madrasi, etc., etc. We can OCR, we can do timeline generation, we can ask question, and we can compare the document. So for generate summary, what happens is, let's say I browse judgment. I am browsing. I'm, it is checking the file. So what it'll do is it'll generate a summary from that document. So any document I can add, it will show the downloaded version over here and on the left hand side, and on the right hand side, it will give me the AI generated summary. So in translation, as I told you, we can translate. In case of drafter, which is the very new tool that we implemented, we can draft anything. We'll show the drafter hands-on also. For the others, of course, you just download the upload the document and you get the OCR, you upload the document and you get the list of dates, you upload the document and you get the ready Breckner understanding in your own desired language that you want. So this way, it is helping the lawyers to do their day-to-day life task using the help of AI. Now, when we look at the drafting tool, one thing that is to be taken care of is that every time AI is making any draft, it is always to be considered as a first draft. Whatever information that you will add, whatever additional thing that you will add, it will basically be later on once you have completed that draft. Just a second. So it is not to be taken as the final version, is what I'm talking about. So it is summarizing that judgment. It is giving me the case detail. It is giving me the background. It is giving me the allegations. It is giving me the legal issues that were raised properly. It is proper formatted. It is giving you the arguments of appellants, arguments of the court analysis, the rationale behind the judgment. It is also giving me the argument of the respondent, which is CBI in this case, right? So, and later on, it is giving me the key legal principles applied in that cases and the precedents that were cited, right? Now, now what what exactly is happening over here is that I am uploading a document and I can see that how that document is generating a summary out of it. I can also draft, I can translate OCR in timeline generator also. I upload the judgment and it will give me a list of facts, a list of dates for that. So let us look at the drafting tool also. I got started. Let's say draft a rent agreement between a owner and B. Hmm. So over here, I'm just adding a basic query for the drafting tool. If you add a detailed draft, if you add a detailed query, you can add that as well, and it will give you a more refined version of a draft. Uh, yeah. Mr. Arun, the validity of AI Manuworks, it basically works like this is that you recharge your, AI points that you get, the credits we call it. We start from 5,000 rupees, wherein you will get the credits. And once that credit is over, you will have to recharge that. So it is not that, it is a monthly or yearly. As soon as the credits or as later as the credits get over, you will have to recharge. What I'll do is, can you drop me your details? I am dropping in my email ID so that we can, discuss the pricing in more detail. Yeah. And others also, if anyone is interested in manuworks.ai subscription or in the AI feature subscription of Manupatra, please drop an email to svaishnav@manupatra.com. Right? You can just drop me an email regarding the query and I will get you in touch with the salesperson and they will have a discussion or meeting with you and wherein you can ask your doubts. Yeah. So we're just talking about the draft. So I just enter a draft with a simple query, and it is giving me a proper rent agreement. Of course, the things that I did not fill, it is giving me blank. But had I, included a proper query, a proper, detailed version, it would have filled these also. So this is all about manuworks.ai, which is the lawyer's toolkit, and about Manupatra. Ma'am, where can I access Manupatra courses? Yes, for Manupatra courses, we have Manupatra Academy. I'll just give you the academy's you know URL as well. We have all the courses for professionals as well as for the law students. Right now, we are running our civil drafting course, which is starting from tomorrow onwards, wherein, we will get we have a batch of 3 days. Last day to register is today. And if we get the registration by today, you can, register and get that as well. So this is Manupatra's Academy. You can go to the live paid courses and you can see. Any other doubt, anyone? You're welcome. I hope, is there a provision where we can upload a complete case and use AI? Yeah, there is a provision wherein you can ask question, upload that judgment, and you can ask question from within that document. No. It will not summarize only Manupatra cited doc. It can summarize any particular document. I took an example of the document because I had downloaded it from Manupatra. No. It does not train on your uploaded data. We do not, take any specific. We do not save the data. It is not. It is all your data is protected. We have trained it from our AI versions. You're welcome. I hope that today's session was useful. It'll be great if I can get a brief feedback about the session. You all can type it in the chat box. You all can let us know how did you like the session, or if there are any doubts, you can let me know that as well. So from my side, that is it. And any doubts, I'm happy to take. And happy to take the feedback also. Thank you, Mr. Arun. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for attending today's webinar, and also for, taking out time. And I look forward to you, connect with me. You all can discuss if you have any doubts regarding the subscription, etc. I have given my mail ID and I'm happy to connect. Thank you. Thank you so much.